What's up, people of the world? Welcome back. Social Marketing Show with your boy, Pat Hilton. It's going down on the town. Today is Thursday. I have to fly back to Vegas for another two-day event that starts tomorrow. I fly out about 4. And ask yourself, if you're someone that wants to be presenting or speaking on stages next year, what's going to separate you from everyone else that they could invite to speak? The one thing that's going to separate you from everyone else that wants to speak at events is content just like this. I just saw a video come across my feed of somebody doing a real estate listing. So they were doing a listing. They were walking through a house, selling the house. I'm seeing a lot of those, and I think they're really cool. But if all you do is sell houses, you should keep doing those, but nobody can get to know you. Nobody can get to see you, hear you, feel you, believe you outside of just, here's a 3,500 square foot house. It's 4 bedrooms and 3 baths and blah, 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 like every other person trying to sell a house. Then you're just like everybody else. Your personality is what people are buying. And to become an authority or an expert, you're going to have to do more than what everybody else is doing, right? If you want to be a fitness trainer, there's 80 gazillion fitness trainers on the internet. What should make me choose you? You got to ask yourself that. So if you're just doing workout videos and showing everybody how jacked you are, everybody does that. What makes you different from somebody else? What makes me different from every other content creator that's an agency CEO? Well, it's really simple. I actually speak on stage with experts like Grant Cardone, Gary Vaynerchuk, Ed Milet, Andy Frisella, and all the big guys. I've already separated myself from every single social media agency owner in the entire marketplace. Video is just one component of what I bring to the table with my brand. Because I guarantee you, if you go toe-to-toe with me in front of a 2,500 person audience, they're going to cheer louder for me. I'm willing to bet you. It isn't even close. People hire me just to get the crowd loud because I'm great at it. What other components do you bring to the table that separate you from everybody else? Especially in real estate. I would argue, and this might be an unpopular opinion, but it's true, those fancy listing videos that you're doing, your target audience that is potentially going to buy that property will most likely never see that video, and it's not going to be a determining factor in whether that family buys that house or not. I know because I actually approach real estate like a consumer, not like an investor, which is good. I work with tons of real estate people. And the best thing that you can do is position yourself in front of other investors because other investors are going to have all these other deals for you. So while you want to market yourself to the consumer marketplace, the people like me that are just going to buy with traditional lending and stuff, you also want to position yourself for investors so that you can get on stage in rooms with the big people like Grant Cardone. Why is Pat the guy that doesn't do real estate on stage with Grant Cardone and you're not? It's because of videos like this. Do them both. Do them both. But I love those edits, and they clearly, because I know, because I do media, ton of time, ton of energy, and a ton of editing to make those house edit videos. I would be interested to see how you're able to stay consistent posting once or twice a day using that tactic, because you want to give value in between any type of sales pitch that you're doing anyway. You don't want to just be the person that sells houses. You want to be the person that people are like, oh man, I can do this, and this because that person did it. If they only know you, if they only knew me as the media guy, people wouldn't hire me and fly me all over the country to host their events. If people only knew me as the MC, no one would hire us for social media. So you got to understand something. There's a difference between selling on social media and marketing and branding on social media. They're two different things. There's two different things. I would be interested to see how many people have sold a house by making a fancy video walkthrough on Facebook. I'm interested to see that, if someone has the statistics. Because all you guys like to talk about KPIs, but then you don't got them. You don't got them. So check it out. Thursday, think about all the things that you publish. Do keep doing those. The real estate, the fancy walkthrough videos, they're great. But you also have to think about what else are you doing. If I go to your page and that's all I see, I'm like, all right, well, this is the walkthrough person. What else do you bring to the table? Who are you? Why should I trust you? What company do you work for? How many transactions have you done? I think you can go on the MLS and look up a realtor and you can actually see if they've even done any transactions or not. I think all that information is public now. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that that's the case. You can see if they got the HUDs. So ask yourself, while you're providing high-level social proof or high-level sales pitches, what are you doing on the back end to build that trust, that day-to-day trust, that day-to-day motivation, that day-to-day discipline, so that when people look you up, they see both sides? Oh, yeah, Pat can rock the stage. Pat can rock the booth. Right? Because anybody can hit a script. I could write a script. I could do 30 to 60-second videos all day till I'm blue in the face. I could edit it and make it perfect and come off as the perfect suited up MC marketer guy. And that could be all I produce for you. I decided that's not the route that builds huge levels of trust. You have to be willing to have conversations with people that are interested in being your client. I also moved the camera. It looks like it's a little tilted. You have to be willing to have conversations with people. If people can't have a conversation with you, they can't convert with you. So I think that there's a million ways to generate conversations. I think a lot of you are doing great stuff, but what's the in between? If all I posted was me hyping up crowds, then you wouldn't know that I do media. If all I posted was media, then you wouldn't know that I hype up crowds. They go hand in hand. You can't be a one-trick pony in 2025 and expect to be the authority in your industry. It doesn't work that way. You have to be multifaceted, multi-talented. You got to have more than one move. A lot of people that I know that are agents, real estate agents, work directly with investors so that they can get more deals in multiple markets. Boots on the ground. Same thing with us. We're now sending camera people all over the country to capture people's footage, and then they drop us the files. We can work with anybody in the world. You just drop us our files, we edit it, and we post it for you. The big problem most people have is they can't talk on camera, so they avoid it at all costs. I'll just do real estate listings videos. Then I don't actually have to sit in front of a camera and actually communicate with people, because if I do that, they're going to know that I can't hold a conversation. That's not what you want. You want to show them that you can hold a conversation, that you do care. You want to talk to the homeowner's heart, not just to their wallet. You need both. Have those conversations. We are streaming live. I'm sure I did. It's all good, man. Let's just get it updated. Because, dude, if you're I'm working. If you're working on you and you're working on your communication, at the end of the day, people are going to want to do business with you. We had a bunch of guys in here, real estate investors, people that have done millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars worth of assignment fees, not just transactions. Okay, you sold 3 houses and you say you're $1 million producer. We all know you're an idiot. Even I know you're an idiot. $1 million in assignment fees means I contracted something and sold it to an end buyer, and I made the money in the middle. Millions of dollars sitting in the other room recording podcasts. Okay? You got to understand that even people who don't do what you do understand how it works now because of the internet. You can't fool people anymore. They already know. So if you're like, I'm an agent, I'm $1 million producer, it's like, okay, cool. You sold $400,000 houses. You made like $20. People aren't fooled anymore. Whereas a real estate wholesaler that's done millions of dollars in assignment fees, we know that's earned income. We know that was a transaction that they keep the cash on. You guys got to understand how to explain this stuff, how to position yourself, and how to understand that in 2025, conversations create conversions. How are you having conversations with other people that are experts in your niche so that you can position yourself alongside those people? The proximity is going to give you power. Got to think about it. I have a friend, he's a great speaker. He's a pastor at the church, but he never like preaches on video like I'm doing right now. Well, he's going to start, right? Because I'm going to produce it. Needs to be on video. He needs to be doing the same thing all of us do. If he wants people lined outside of the church to come and hear him preach, he's got to be doing it on the internet. So we're going to produce it for him here at the studio. I'm talking about anybody on the planet that wants to do anything. If you are not having conversations with your potential audience members, not just pitching them, not just we've got a house in freaking Boneheadville, Texas, and it's 4,000 square feet. Okay, great. Awesome. Why should I do business with you? Add that at the end of the video. The reason why we make these videos is because we want to communicate with you. We spend a lot of money, a lot of time, and a lot of investment into making these videos for you guys so that you can see what we really do. Add that at the end. Add the trust factor. Add the authenticity factor because people are going to love you for it. By the way, we're live on Twitter, on X. We're live on X, live on YouTube, live on Facebook. I think that we've gotten caught up in that word millions, $1 million this, $1 million that. And you got to start thinking about billion. I remember when I played the 10X GrowthCon event in 2018. I had never played a huge auditorium ever before in my entire life. I played this big, huge 10X GrowthCon event. Grant Cardone discovered me through a comedy video I made with my guitar, a song advertisement. Puts me on stage at the lunch break. There's like 9,500 people in this auditorium. I didn't know how to sell anything, but I actually did know how to sell, or I wouldn't have closed the deal. I had a conversation with Grant Cardone about what I can bring to the table, what I can bring to the event, and that's why he booked me. It wasn't because of the guitar. It was not because I could sing or perform or produce media like this or do anything else like that. Grant Cardone put me on stage because of my ability to position myself in front of him, shake his hand, and do a deal. So you got to think about the media that you produce. The marketing that you produce on social is to get attention and to create conversations. The conversions happen off the platform, right? So people always ask me, well, how much do you make off Facebook or Instagram? I mean, you post so much stuff, blah, blah, blah. Who cares? Like $80. I get like $80 a month sometimes from Facebook. Sometimes I'll get $280. It's not a sustainable amount of cash. You got to get them off the platform and shake their hand. That's where the conversion happens. I think too many people think they're going to post one thing, post for a month or two, and then they're going to be some big shot. You're magically going to be Dan Martell. Come on, dude. That guy's been posting for like 8 years, and he just caught on fire. There's an old bodybuilder. There's a bodybuilder named Jay Cutler. Look up Jay Cutler. This is like a guy reference, but it's still solid. So there was this guy named Ronnie Coleman. He's like the greatest, most monstrous bodybuilder in history. I think he won like 7 straight Mr. Olympias. Like the guy was unbeatable, right? But this Jay Cutler guy kept trying, kept getting second place to this dude, Ronnie Coleman. And eventually he beat him. Now, there's somebody in your industry right now Who is the Ronnie Coleman? They've been around. They've been doing more deals. They're bigger. They're stronger. They're meatier. Right? And you want that number one slot. But you got to think about, what are you going to do to separate yourself from everybody else so that you can create that one-on-one showdown that's going to get you to the next level? Because I think too many times we're sitting around trying to script everything and make it perfect. And if I just say this and have the perfect copywriting, boom, ba boom, ba boom, no one cares. No one cares. You got to come you got to come at it so hard and so frequent that people just can't avoid you. And that's what that dude did. That Jay Cutler dude showed up and showed up and showed up to the point where he was eventually so big and so ripped and so strong that he dethroned Ronnie Coleman. Then he lost and then came back and won again. So he beat all the best guys in their prime. And you got to think about the fact that there's somebody out there that's in their prime. They've been doing it a long time. They're the best in the category. Everybody knows who they are. I don't know if that's Tony Robbins or Dean Graziosi or whoever that is for you. Maybe it's Grant Cardone. Maybe it's some other multifamily person. Maybe it's a wholesaler, whatever. If I were you, I would just align myself alongside that person, befriend that person, because if you really think about it, this isn't Mr. Olympia. Everybody can go home with gold in business. That's the difference. How do I bring enough value to the number one person to where they bring me on to play a position and we all win? That's the difference between business and Mr. Olympia or heavyweight boxing. You can create a team of players that win together and go out and get the title. It's like the World Series, dude. You can't be the best batter and the best defensive person in the entire league and be the best shortstop and go win the World Series. There's all these other people on the team. There's the first baseman, the second baseman, the third baseman, the outfielders, the catcher, the pitcher. Everybody's got to do their part. And if all those other people suck, you're not going to win the World Series. In business, your job is to build an all-star team around you. You might suck at second base or third base. Who cares? Jimmy's awesome. Put him at second base. He's going to help you get paid. This is where people get it fucked up. They think they have to do everything themselves. Dude, that's why I'm an MC. If I'm just the MC and I can hand the ball off to the expert, I'm the king of assists. An assist is worth 1 point. A goal is worth 1 point. They're both worth the same amount of points. Wayne Gretzky was the leading goal scorer in the history of the NFL. He scored more goals than anyone. He has 3 times as many assists as the number one person. He was a playmaker. Playmakers get paid. Playmakers win championships. All-stars, you might be the best all-star on your team. You might be the only all-star on your team. But playmakers win championships. Are you a playmaker? Can people trust you that when they put you on the court, they're going to perform better? Think about it, folks. What do you bring to the table? What are you doing? It's the Social Marketing Show. Have a conversation with your audience. Put it out there and start to build trust and authority in a way that can't be disputed. Then you match that trust and authority with actual social proof. Who are they going to hire? Who are you going to hire to MC your event? The guy that hosts bar night like I did 10 years ago? Or the guy that's on stage with Grant Cardone, Gary Vaynerchuk, and the biggest names in the game? 10 years ago, I wasn't ready. I was just a bar performer. 10 years later, you'd be hard-pressed to find anybody that can rock like your boy PH. And I'll just say it straight up, as fresh as it can be. Come on now. Have a great weekend. I got to pack up, film some people here. Then I'm off to Vegas for another one. The last one of the year. Don't let the devil steal your joy. Peace.